The air in Yangon was thick with the scent of jasmine and the sizzle of street food, a heady mix that instantly awakened my senses. The city pulsed with life, every corner alive with colour and sound. I had finally arrived in Myanmar, a country long hidden from the world, shrouded in mystery and stories I'd only read about. Years of dreaming and reading about golden pagodas, misty mornings, and serene landscapes had led to this moment. Now, those images were no longer just pictures in a book. They were right before my eyes. Standing on a busy street corner, surrounded by the hum of traffic and the laughter of locals, the dream was now real, tangible, and unfolding with every breath I took. The gentle bells from a nearby temple mixed with the lively chatter of passers-by, creating a soundtrack unique to this city. This was more than a trip. It was an adventure into the unknown, a leap into a world so different from my own, yet strangely inviting. Myanmar, once called Burma, is a land of ancient traditions and deep spirituality, where every temple tells a story and every ritual holds meaning. I wanted to see it all, walk barefoot in sacred temples, float on the tranquil waters of Inle Lake at sunrise, and witness the daily rhythms of life here. And most of all, I longed to meet the famously warm-hearted people, to share smiles and stories, and to learn from their way of life. As the sun set, the Shwedagon Pagoda shimmered in the distance, its golden stupa glowing like a beacon, promising new discoveries. I felt a sense of peace and anticipation, a quiet excitement for the days ahead. With a small budget but a huge sense of wonder, I was ready for whatever lay ahead. Every coin counted, but every moment felt priceless. The path was uncertain, winding through unfamiliar streets and countryside, but that was part of the magic. Embracing the unknown, I was eager to get lost in vibrant markets, try new foods bursting with flavour, and see the world from a new perspective, high above the city or deep within its heart. This is the true spirit of travel, opening yourself to new experiences, letting the journey change you, and finding joy in every unexpected moment. With my backpack on and my spirit high, I took my first steps into the heart of the Golden Land. The adventure had begun, and I was ready to embrace it all. Myanmar was already capturing my heart, its beauty and warmth leaving a lasting impression. I smiled, ready for the surprises to come, knowing that every day here would be a story worth telling. Traveling on a tight budget isn't just about saving money. It's about discovering a new way to experience the world. When you have limited funds, every moment becomes more meaningful, and the connections you make feel even more genuine. My challenge was simple but daunting. Explore the wonders of Myanmar with only $500 to cover food, accommodation, transport, and activities for the entire trip. Some might call it impossible, but with careful planning, flexibility, and a willingness to live like a local, I found it was not only possible, but incredibly rewarding. Myanmar is one of Southeast Asia's most affordable countries, making it a paradise for budget travellers. A delicious street meal can cost less than $1, letting you sample authentic flavours without breaking the bank. And a comfortable guest house bed is just a few dollars a night, so you can rest easy and save for more adventures. Long-distance buses are incredibly cheap, opening up the whole country for exploration, from bustling cities to tranquil countryside. Embracing the local way of life is key, staying in family-run guest houses, eating at street food stalls, and using local transport connects you to the heart of Myanmar. These choices didn't just save money, they made my trip richer, more authentic, and full of unforgettable memories. The $500 wasn't a limitation. It became my ticket to a more genuine and immersive travel experience. It pushed me to be resourceful, creative, and open to new opportunities at every turn, and to trust in the kindness of strangers who often went out of their way to help. This approach supports local families and small businesses, making travel more responsible, sustainable, and impactful for everyone involved. With my budget set and my backpack ready, I felt confident, excited, and eager to see what adventures awaited. The challenge was on. Could I have a grand adventure without a grand budget? I was determined to find out. Myanmar, with its breathtaking landscapes and warm-hearted people, was the perfect place to put my budget travel skills to the test. I was ready to prove that the best journeys don't have to cost a fortune. They just require an open mind and a spirit of adventure. My journey took me to Myanmar's 4 classic destinations, each a unique jewel. In Yangon, colonial buildings and ancient pagodas towered over bustling streets. The Shwedagon Pagoda was a highlight. Hours spent watching devotees and soaking in the peaceful atmosphere. Wandering the city, I found hidden markets and quiet tea shops, a perfect introduction to Myanmar's soul. An overnight bus took me to Bagan, where sunrise revealed thousands of ancient temples rising from the mist. Renting an e-bike, I explored forgotten temples and climbed panoramic views. Bagan's history was palpable in every stone. Next was Inle Lake, where life floats on water. I hired a boat, visited floating villages, and watched the famous leg-rowing fishermen. The lake's slow pace was a welcome change. Mandalay, the last royal capital, buzzed with culture. I visited the palace, climbed Mandalay Hill, and walked the U-beam bridge at sunset, surrounded by locals. A boat trip to Mingun's massive, unfinished pagoda capped my visit. Each place offered its own magic. Together, they revealed the heart of Myanmar. My tour of the Four Jewels was unforgettable. To truly understand Myanmar, you must taste its food. The flavours, aromas, and textures tell stories that words alone cannot capture. My culinary adventure began in the vibrant local markets. Endless piles of exotic fruits, fragrant spices, and friendly vendors calling out their daily specials. The air buzzed with energy and the promise of discovery. Even without a shared language, smiles and gestures bridged the gap. Laughter and nods became our universal language, making every interaction feel warm and genuine. Street food quickly became my daily delight. Mohinga, the national fish noodle soup, and Shan noodles were instant favourites. Each bite was a new adventure, bursting with unfamiliar yet comforting flavours. Every region had its own specialty, and I made it my mission to try as many as I could. From spicy curries to sweet desserts, the diversity was astounding. Eating on a tiny plastic stool, surrounded by locals, I felt like I was part of the community, not just a visitor passing through. The simple act of sharing a meal created a sense of belonging. Teashops were the heart of social life, bustling, lively, and always warm.
So that is the letter.
Cup of sweet, milky tea often led to conversations with curious locals eager to share their stories and learn about mine. One sunny afternoon, I enjoyed the veracity and warmth of curries and fresh vegetables. Their generosity and warmth were truly touching, making me feel at home. These moments of connection became my most valuable souvenirs, far more precious than anything I could buy. I met a young monk practicing his English, a boat driver who shared stories about his family, and a grandmother who patiently taught me the names of local vegetables. These weren't just quick interactions, they were genuine connections that left a lasting impression on my heart. Through food and stories, I discovered the warmth, kindness, and generosity that defined Myanmar's people. The meals were delicious, the friendships were made, Myanmar's true flavour isn't just in its cuisine, it's in its people, whose smiles and hospitality linger long after the last bite. Travelling Myanmar on $500 took smart strategies. I always chose local options, especially for transportation. Overnight buses saved money and doubled as accommodation. Shared pickups and Yangon circle train were cheap and authentic ways to get around. For lodging, I skipped big hotels and found family-run guest houses by asking around. Clean rooms for $5 to $8, often with breakfast. Owners shared local tips, making each stay more personal. Eating at street stalls and busy local restaurants kept meals under $2. I carried a reusable water bottle, refilling at guest houses to save money and reduce waste. Bargaining in markets was done with a smile, aiming for fair prices, not the lowest. These habits made my money last without missing out. The key: live like a local, spend like a local. Every kyat stretched further, and every day felt full. Smart choices made the adventure possible. Myanmar rewarded every effort. The real magic of Myanmar was in the unexpected moments. One day, a flat tyre stranded me near Mandalay. A farmer and his son patched it up, refusing any payment, just happy to help. Their kindness was humbling and unforgettable. At a secluded pagoda in Bagan, a young novice monk and I exchanged stories as the sun set, sharing a peaceful moment beyond words. These weren't isolated incidents. Generosity was everywhere. Children's laughter in dusty village streets, invitations to local festivals, and gifts of strange new fruits from market vendors. These experiences taught me that travel's true heart isn't in sights, but in openness to the unknown and connection with people. The most cherished memories weren't planned, they were gifts. Myanmar's spirit revealed itself in these small acts. The country's beauty was in its people's hearts. I learned to expect the unexpected. Every day brought a new surprise. These moments stayed with me long after I left. The Golden Land gave more than I ever imagined. That's the real treasure of travel. Myanmar was more than a destination. It changed me. I arrived with a tight budget and a list of sites, but left with priceless memories and a new outlook. Adventure isn't about money. It's about opening your heart. The true treasure of Myanmar is its people. You don't need to be rich to explore this incredible land. Just curious and open. Eat the street food, ride the local buses, talk to strangers. Let the world surprise you. A trip like this will show you a new side of yourself. I hope my story inspires you to see Myanmar for yourself. The world is waiting. Turn the page and start your own adventure. Pack your bag, book your ticket, and let the journey change you. Happy travels.